Hey guys, it's Danny. Guess what? I woke up super early today again, which is good. I like it when I wake up like this because I can do many things. So today I decided to start and plan and pot the orchids that I will be giving away in the springtime. So these will be divisions, keikis, all of those things that I just want to share them with you. And before we start, I'm going to answer a question that everybody asks. When will the giveaway be? Probably in the spring. I'm not sure if March, maybe April, because Europe is frozen right now. The orchids will just freeze on the way. So no shipping orchids in January, February, maybe even March. But April definitely will have the giveaway. And with that said, let us get to work. Alrighty, first of all, the medium that I will be using is sphagnum moss. These orchids will probably be repotted once you get them in your preferred medium or preferred pots, so they will not really spend all that much time inside this medium. It's a temporary medium, right? And sphagnum moss, it's actually the perfect medium because it is slightly acidic, it's fluffy, it retains a lot of moisture, and if you're a little careful, it can stay fluffy, at least in the first few months. I've always considered that for propagation through divisions or keikis, sphagnum moss actually does a better job than everything. Yeah, semi-hydro is my preferred medium, but for mature kind of orchids, or at least for seedlings which will stay in that medium for years and years. Because if you try to put an orchid which doesn't have too many roots in semi-hydroponics, in my climate, the top, it's not gonna be all that moist. It's not gonna be perfect. Since they will stay with me forever, you know, I spend the time to water them to make sure that they're hydrated. But for headache-free propagations, I would still go with sphagnum moss as a temporary medium, not permanent medium. You can make it permanent, you just need to change it very often. And because I don't know what type of medium or setup you guys prefer, I consider sphagnum moss great as well because you can easily remove it from the roots since it's only gonna stay for a few months. If I would put bark, it would be very dramatic. So what I'm doing as I'm talking, I got myself a brick of compressed sphagnum moss and now I'm just hydrating it. I added some osmosis water and I'm just gonna let it sit for a few minutes. This will loosen up the moss. You will see how much moss is actually in there, and afterwards we can get to work. And I do believe the moss is ready. Look at this. Oh, this is heavy. There is no more water here. Can you see how heavy it is? I always liked moss. Too bad it degrades so fast. Anyway, yeah, we can definitely work with it. So you can find sphagnum moss at garden centers, flower shops. It is pretty common. I didn't find any around here, so I had to order from Amazon. By the looks of it, you know, it's not the best quality. You can find twigs. Not very nice, but then again, you know, finding super quality moss, it's a little harder, it's a little more expensive, and it's okay. It's still sphagnum moss. It has a few sticks which I can remove. That's okay. It was very cheap on Amazon, but there you go. You know, it has some sticks. That's okay. Alrighty, the boring part is over. Now we get to see the orchids. First stop, we have an Ida locusta backbulb. As you can see, we also have roots started already and a new growth, and I'm gonna try to train it a little bit so it's not so awkward. She's growing towards the light, but I'm just going to rotate her. And if you don't know much about the Ida locusta, well, learn that she's a beautiful locusta type orchid that has a green flower. And her name actually reminds me of a grasshopper because locusta, actually, the name sounds very similar to a Romanian word, which means grasshopper. So maybe that's the intent, I don't know. She has beautiful green flowers. I do have a mature version, and when I repotted it to semi-hydro, I took out this back bulb and tried to propagate it, and behold, it worked. So I'm going to be using a small plastic pot, and the way that I will work with moss is just very sloppy. The sloppier you work with moss, the better. You don't need to actually compress it or anything, just let it be very loose, just like this. There we go, I think that's enough. Moss is wonderful, but if you start to compress it, it will become horrible. There is no middle ground with moss, sadly. You cannot say, you know, it's okay. It's either very good or either very bad. Let's put a little bit more. I'm going to be sitting my orchid like so, and look at that. She's sitting on her own, and I'm not centered. So I'm going to be placing a few more strands of moss around the roots just to cover them. So here is the first orchid that will arrive to one of you. Let's also put a tag. There, you'll also have my signature. Not really. Ida locusta. I made a mistake. The L shouldn't have been a capital because this is a species. If you receive this orchid and somebody says, oh, you know, this is wrong, you can say, fakes it very well though, but not very bright. I'm kidding. So this is January 2018. Alrighty then, let us move on. You might observe I'm in a good mood. I'm having hazelnut coffee this morning. I love hazelnut coffee. Next up, we need to get some keikis from this guy. This is the compactum hybrid that I purchased last year, at the beginning of the year actually, and I always meant it to separate him or repot him and do something with him, and I always said, I'm just gonna wait for him to stop blooming. It never stopped blooming ever since. It's always in bloom, and it still has buds. There we go. We have some buds here, we have some buds here. It's never stopping. So I'll go ahead and repot him soon. But I need to get some of these keikis because, as you can see, we have a section that is dying off. There are only keikis left. So let's save them, because I bet some of you would be very happy to have some of these keikis. All right, this will be slightly difficult. What do I have here? Okay, this is a section that wouldn't have made it alive. The older section of the plant is not doing well, as you can see. The separated big pseudobulbs, they're doing great. However, we have a lot of keikis we can get from here. So, let's see. Just going to detach them gently. And there we go. Pretty little keikis. These guys will need a while to become mature, to become strong, but they do have roots. And seeing how this plant is very vigorous, I don't think you'll have issues. The problem is that up here they didn't really get much hydration. You can see the mother cane is kind of shriveled and kind of soft. So they don't look the best, but they will once they get hydration. And as you can see, really easy to detach them. Just jiggle a little bit the cane. If you damage the mother cane, no problem. The more important thing is not to damage the keiki. There you go. And we're done with these ones too. I made 2 pots because it's better to have a bigger plant, more chances actually for them to survive, because, you know, they're pretty stressed keikis, so I'm not sure how they will bounce back. You have more chances if they're too. And in the other pot, I remember Anna actually wanted a keiki of this orchid. I'm not sure if she still wants it because she got the Anobi, and that's pretty much a better version of this one. So I don't know, let me know, Anna. If not, you know, this will go in a different giveaway, or maybe even this one, we'll see. The compactum is done. What else? Ooh, this will be nice. Hold on. Okay, this is an Epidendrum. It's the Radicans CT Vigor, and I think it's the orange variety. Never bloomed for me yet. I just purchased it 6 months ago or something. So it will be a surprise both for you and me when it blooms. But you can see how big and beautiful he is. He also has a keiki, which I do want to remove because I don't want this guy to get super tall. Epidendrums are super tall generally anyway, but I think he's in good condition. And I don't need that keiki. I can definitely share it with you. So following the same procedure, I am just going to jiggle it a little bit and try to oops, that's okay. This was dry anyway, so no worries. That was a stem that already bloomed, and it's okay if I mess it up. I can always put a little cinnamon. Yeah, it's gonna be a little messy, but it's okay. The keiki is safe. Oh my, the roots have grown in the leaf here. Oh, that's what's holding it. Well, I will have to sacrifice a root because I just cannot get it out. I'll just apply some cinnamon on this. That's okay. I managed to get the keiki right, so I'm happy. There, I fixed the stem, no worries. He's a big guy, look at that, and so beautiful. Epidendrums are really doing great in my climate. I'm not surprised, they do love warmth and light. But let's take care of this little baby. I also placed a little cinnamon on the wound of the keiki here. Well, it's actually remains of the stem, it's not the keiki. And also I watered the root system because of course cinnamon got on the roots, and that's not pretty. Anyway, they're flexible now, so I can pot him. And there we go, this one is done too. He's a big boy. I need to make a tag for him and place him in the donation side, which I will show you in a second. So here it is. They are sitting next to my phalaenopsis. They will not receive too much sun here. They will receive very bright light and some direct sun in late afternoon, but that's okay. It's better not to push it with divisions and keikis and stuff of the sorts, even if they are very bright light orchids, so I think they will do okay. So I'll see what other keikis I can separate. In the giveaway, you will also have, of course, the twinkles. Let me show you the twinkles. There they are, and sorry for the light. I told you it's pretty dark outside, it's early. So as you can see, they are all pretty much the same. So obviously I'll keep one. The rest, they will go to you. That's great. I think I can give away the cinnamon one as well. I'm not entirely sure. And do you remember the Vanda, which was mislabeled, and the Cattleya? And I told you, well, I'm gonna hang on a little bit because maybe they will bloom like I like them to. I got so many comments from you guys that, you know, they really impressed me. You guys really like those orchids, and I think they deserve to be with somebody who really appreciates them, right? It's not gonna be me, but I'm very sure one of you will love them. So both the Vanda and the Cattleya will go into the spring giveaway as well. And yeah, I hope they will make you happy. And of course, with the giveaway, I'll give you the warnings. It's like my pet peeve. You know my history, you know I had serious issues with spider mites, which I think I can control now, but I can never be 100% sure. Those things are very tiny. Also, you know the Fusarium history. I just had so many things happening to my collection that I'm a little nervous. So I'll say it now, but I'll say it then as well. Whatever you receive from me, you need to quarantine. You need to keep your eyes on them and inspect them, and at least for a month or so. Make sure they're okay. I am doing my best, obviously, but we can all, you know, miss stuff. So yeah, I'm nervous about that. But anyway, I hope these orchids and these divisions will put a smile on your faces. So that's the video for today. Woo, I finished before 7. That's great. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. You know the drill. Give this video a thumbs up if you did, a thumbs down if you hated it. Subscribe to my channel for regular orchid videos, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that said, I'll see you all next time. Bye. And yes, this here growth space will be a tutorial for another time. I plan to make another one. It is a really nice idea for a tiny growth space in an apartment, somewhere where maybe you don't have natural light. You'll see it's pretty cheap. It has to do with IKEA. I'm a fan of IKEA. They should sponsor me. No, they shouldn't. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's pretty much all IKEA stuff that you see here. So probably at the end of this month, I will do a little tutorial on how to set up a really tiny, beautiful, nice, tiny growth space that doesn't cost you a lot of money.